There are loves you stumble upon. And then there are loves heaven sends straight into your path. When you are one of the chosen, love is never a coincidence. It is never careless, never random. It is not the rush of shallow passion that burns out in weeks. It is not the hollow connection that leaves you emptier than before. This kind of love is deeper, sacred, carved into the very blueprint of your destiny. And when God Himself chooses someone for you, the air around you shifts. The atmosphere changes. Your spirit feels it before your mind can explain it. People around you might call it luck, but you know better. You recognize the fingerprints of the Almighty all over it. In the next few moments, I'm going to reveal 4 undeniable signs, 4 unshakable confirmations that the person standing before you was handpicked by God to walk beside you in this life. And if you have been in a season of waiting, if you have been guarding your heart, if you have wondered why your soul refuses to settle for less, you are about to understand exactly why. This is not just information. This is a spiritual unveiling. So stay with me until the very last word, because what you will hear could shift the way you see love forever. And before we go deeper, do something prophetic with me. Hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't yet, and type 99 in the comments. Because biblically, the number 99 represents something incomplete, and it is your declaration that you will not stop until God sends you the one that makes it 100, the one that completes the assignment He wrote for your life. The world has sold you a dangerous lie, that love must be a storm, that it must throw you into chaos, make your heart pound like a war drum, keep you awake at night replaying every word, every glance, every silence. But God's design for love is not a battlefield. It's a sanctuary. When the one He has chosen for you steps into your life, they don't bring confusion. They don't spark a game of emotional hide and seek. They don't leave you wondering if you're enough. They carry with them an atmosphere that feels different from anything you've known before. It's not the kind of calm that lulls you into complacency. It's the calm that strengthens you from the inside out. You will notice it the very first time you are with them. Your breathing slows, your shoulders drop, your mind stops racing. Your spirit whispers, "You're safe here." This is not because they are perfect. It's because the connection itself is under divine alignment. God's hand rests upon it, and when He ordains something, His peace comes with it as confirmation. This peace is not passive. It's not pretending everything is okay when it isn't. It's a stillness that holds you even in uncertainty. You may not know every detail of the future, but you will know, without question, that you are exactly where you are meant to be. That assurance is like a compass in your spirit. No matter how life twists and turns, it keeps pointing you back to the truth. This is right. This is safe. This is God. The enemy will always try to counterfeit this. He will send people who mimic stability but drain your soul. He will dress chaos in the disguise of passion. That's why many fall for relationships that burn bright and die fast. They mistake intensity for intimacy. But there's a test. God's love brings rest, not restlessness. You will not have to fight for scraps of attention or prove your worth like it's some never-ending audition. The person God sends will make you feel seen without you having to shout. And here's the deeper mystery. Sometimes this peace will feel so foreign to you that it almost scares you. If you've been used to chaos, real peace can feel unnatural at first. You might question it, wondering, why isn't my heart racing? Why isn't my mind spinning? But that's the point. God is rewiring you to recognize that love is not supposed to be emotional whiplash. It's supposed to be an anchor. With the one He has chosen for you, silence will be comfortable. Disagreements will be handled with respect, not destruction. Vulnerability will feel like freedom, not danger. And even in moments where life throws shadows over your path, their presence will be like a quiet light reminding you, God is here. We are not alone. You will feel this peace in ways you can't explain to anyone else. In the way they look at you without judgment, in the way they speak, and your heart settles, in the way their presence feels like a shield against the noise of the world. And here's the key. This peace won't vanish when things get hard. That's how you'll know it's not emotional fantasy. It's divine reality. So pay attention to how your spirit responds when someone is near. Does your anxiety spike, or does it dissolve? Do you find yourself striving, or do you finally feel like you can exhale? Because the person God sends will not just walk beside you. They will become the safe place your soul didn't even know it was searching for. And if you think this peace is the only sign, it's not. In fact, what comes next may shake you even deeper, because the second sign goes beyond feelings. It reaches into the very mission of your life. Purpose. It's a word that sounds beautiful, but for the chosen ones, it's not optional. It's the very reason we exist. And when God selects someone for you, He is not simply pairing two hearts. He is aligning two callings. He is bringing together two journeys, two sets of battles, two stories that, when combined, amplify heaven's agenda on earth. This is why the one God sends will not just fit into your life, they will advance it. You will notice it in ways that defy coincidence. Their strengths will fill the gaps in your weaknesses, and your vision will ignite theirs. It's not about having the same career, the same hobbies, or even the same personality. It's about direction. Without forcing it, you'll both find yourselves moving toward the same horizon. Even when your hands are doing different work, your hearts will be laboring for the same cause. And here's the thing. Kingdom alignment is not always romantic in the beginning. Sometimes you'll sense it before you even recognize your own feelings. It might start as an unshakable awareness that their presence accelerates your growth, sharpens your faith, and strengthens your discipline. You may find that conversations with them naturally drift toward purpose, toward what truly matters, toward the bigger picture that goes beyond personal happiness. The enemy fears these alignments because they are powerful. Two people united in love are strong, but two people united in love and purpose are unstoppable. That's why the wrong relationships often feel heavy, distracting, or draining. They keep you looking at each other when you should be looking forward. But the one God sends will not pull you off course. They will propel you forward, even when the road is steep. And this alignment is not just in the big dramatic moments. It's in the way they respond to your calling without jealousy or fear. It's in the way they pray for you before you step into an assignment. It's in the way they encourage you when the weight of your mission feels too much to carry. You won't feel like you have to choose between love and calling. They will become fuel for each other. It's also in the challenges. Purpose alignment doesn't mean the absence of storms. It means you'll have someone willing to row with you when the waters rage. There will be days when the fight feels too great, when the enemy comes for both of you at once. But instead of turning on each other, you'll turn toward the mission God gave you, side by side. And you'll notice something else. Opportunities will begin to open that wouldn't have without them. Doors that were shut will suddenly swing wide, not because they are your good luck charm, but because God blesses divine partnerships. The impact you have together will be greater than what either of you could have done alone. It will be a multiplication, not just an addition. When this happens, you'll realize why God made you wait. He wasn't just protecting your heart from heartbreak, He was protecting your destiny from delay. The wrong partner can derail years of calling. The right one can accelerate you into the fullness of what God wrote in your book before you were born. So ask yourself, when you imagine the future God is leading you into, does this person walk there with you? Not as a passenger, but as a co-laborer, a fellow warrior, a builder of the same kingdom you are giving your life for? Because that's what the second sign is all about. And yet, even with this alignment, there's something else you need to see. Something that will reveal just how fiercely heaven guards what He ordains. And when you understand it, you'll never look at your connection the same way again. When God ordains a relationship, it does not exist on fragile ground. It is anchored in a foundation deeper than human emotion, sealed by a covenant heaven recognizes and hell fears. And that means this: no storm, no plot, no whispered lie in the shadows can sink it. You might feel the waves, you might hear the thunder, but the hand of God will hold it steady when every other force wants to see it torn apart. Attacks will come, not if, but when. Sometimes they come disguised as small misunderstandings, little miscommunications that could easily grow into walls between you. Other times, the attack is louder: betrayal from those you trusted, pressure from outside voices, even life events so heavy they threaten to break your will. The enemy's goal is always the same: separate what God has joined, because he knows the power you carry together. But here is the truth: what heaven plants, hell cannot uproot. You will see it in moments that feel almost too precise to be coincidence. Just when the gap between you starts to widen, a conversation happens that melts the tension. Just when financial stress threatens your stability, unexpected provision appears. Just when someone tries to poison the connection with lies, truth comes out in a way that no one can deny. These aren't random events. This is divine protection in motion. It won't always feel dramatic. Sometimes God's shield looks like a small, ordinary moment, a phone call at the right time, a sentence spoken in peace when anger was about to take over, a sudden wave of clarity that makes you step back from saying something you can't take back. In the kingdom, those small things are weapons of war. They are heaven's way of defending something priceless. And here's what makes it unshakable: the protection doesn't mean there will be no wounds. You may still cry, you may still feel pressure, you may still walk through nights where you question if it's worth it. But in the morning, you will see that the root is still there. The connection stands, not because you've never faced battles, but because the one who wrote your story refuses to let the enemy write the ending. Think of it like this: God is not just watching your relationship from a distance. He is in the room when you speak. He is on the road when you travel. He is in the silence when neither of you knows what to say. His presence becomes the invisible wall around you, stopping attacks you never even saw coming. How many arrows have been shot at you in the spirit that never reached you because God intercepted them before they could land? There will be seasons where you realize you were under heavier attack than you thought. Moments where you look back and see just how close the enemy came to breaking you apart. And yet, here you are, still standing. Not because you were strong enough, but because the bond was forged by something eternal. That's why when the right person is sent into your life, you'll feel a strange kind of resilience together. Even when you clash, there is something that draws you back to the table. Even when life tries to scatter you, God's hand pulls you back into alignment. It's not that you can't walk away. It's that you won't, because the spirit within you knows this is worth fighting for. And in that fight, you will learn one of the most profound truths about God's chosen connections. The more they are tested, the stronger they become. Every storm leaves you holding on to each other tighter. Every attack teaches you to pray harder. Every trial reveals the depth of the roots God has planted. But as powerful as divine protection is, there's something else. Something even more personal. Because God doesn't just want to guard the connection, He wants it to transform you from the inside out. And that's where the fourth sign begins to change everything. The person God sends into your life will never extinguish your light. They will feed it. They will not demand that you shrink so they can shine brighter. They will not wrap chains around your calling or make you question the fire God placed within you. Instead, their very presence will feel like oxygen to your soul. With them, you will feel more alive, more focused, more determined to step into the fullness of who God created you to be. They will not pull you away from your calling. They will remind you of it when the weight of life makes you forget. When discouragement tries to dull your vision, they will look at you with a conviction that says, "I see who you are," even when you don't. They will push you toward growth, but not through manipulation or pressure. Through love so steady that it draws the best out of you naturally. This is the kind of person who celebrates your victories without feeling threatened, who speaks life into your dreams instead of pointing out all the reasons they won't work. They don't compete with you, they complement you. And when God chooses them for you, their spirit will be tuned to yours in such a way that they can sense when you're holding back, when fear is creeping in, when self-doubt is trying to silence your voice. Here's the difference. Someone sent by the enemy will drain you until there's nothing left. But someone sent by God will spark a fire so pure that it burns away everything that doesn't belong. Fear, insecurity, shame. You will notice yourself becoming more patient, more disciplined, more hopeful, more fearless. It's not because they are perfect, but because together you create an atmosphere where growth is inevitable. They will challenge you, yes, but never to break you. Their challenges are invitations to rise higher. They will inspire you without overshadowing you, guide you without controlling you, support you without smothering you. This kind of love will never feel like a cage. It will feel like wings, lifting you, carrying you, reminding you that you were born to soar. And it's not just about personal growth. The fire they awaken in you will spill into every area of your life. You'll find new courage to face battles you've avoided, new boldness to take steps of faith you once feared, new passion to serve God with your whole heart. You'll catch yourself dreaming again, believing again, fighting again. The beauty of this sign is that it often happens quietly at first. You may not even realize how much you're changing until one day you look back and see the difference. The way your prayers have deepened, the way your faith has matured, the way your confidence has grown. And when you trace that transformation, you'll see their fingerprints all over it, and God's fingerprints over both of you. This is why the one God sends is never just a partner. They are a catalyst. They accelerate your spiritual growth, they amplify your strength, and they help refine your character in ways comfort never could. You will realize that God didn't just send you someone to love. He sent you someone to help you become unshakable. But as life-changing as these 4 signs are, they all lead to one final truth. A truth that will determine how you respond when God's choice finally stands before you. And that's where everything we've built up to in this message comes together. In the conclusion that could change your perspective on love forever. When God chooses someone for you, there will be no wrestling to make it fit. No begging for their presence. No sacrificing the core of who you are just to keep them. You won't have to dim your light. You won't have to twist your soul into shapes that don't belong to you. You will simply know. And that knowing, it won't roar like the world's counterfeit loves. It will move like a river, steady, unstoppable, flowing with peace and purpose. It may not look like the movies. There may be no fireworks that fade into darkness. Instead, there will be a steady flame that refuses to die, a light that grows brighter with every passing season. And when it comes, it will feel like home, the kind of home your soul has been searching for since before you even had words to describe it. So wait. Wait with holy defiance against the urge to settle. Wait with the confidence that you are worth the exact love God designed for you. Trust the timing, even when the waiting feels like wilderness. Refuse, with everything in you, to give your heart to anything that steals your peace, weakens your faith, or distracts you from the mission God has written into your DNA. Because the one who holds your future already knows the exact moment to bring you face to face with his choice. And when it happens, your spirit will recognize them instantly. You won't need a sign in the sky. You won't need to ask 1,000 people for confirmation. The Holy Spirit within you will whisper, "This is it." And every battle, every tear, every lonely night will suddenly make sense. So here is my prophetic charge to you. Guard your heart like it's the crown jewel of heaven. Do not trade it for counterfeits. Do not give it to those who cannot carry it with reverence. And when the day comes, embrace what God has written for you with both hands, because this kind of love is not just for your happiness, it is for your destiny. If this word resonated deep in your spirit, I want you to comment right now. I will